Alright, so if you start using channels in the last video, you're quickly going to run into scenarios where you maybe need something else. Maybe you need to not block when a channel is empty, or maybe you just want to block for a little bit of time, or maybe when you're reading from an empty channel and you block, you want to be able to cancel that. So all of these things are addressed with the select statement, which is something we're going to cover in this video, and I'll show you a practical example if you follow me to the screen. So I made this silly little piece of code in which I'm creating an API response channel, which is just a channel of int64. I spawn a coroutine that's gonna, on the side, fetch something from an API. Fetch count from API is a placeholder function that just sleeps for 5 seconds and then it returns 5. And it's gonna put that 5 into this API REST channel. And then I'm gonna print that I'm waiting for it, and I'm gonna try to read from this channel because this channel is gonna be empty. Only after 5 seconds this will unblock and it will finally print this. All right, so let's run this, and you can see it's gonna wait here for a while and then it's gonna print 5. Coming to the point of whether we wanna block here forever. What if we wanna time this out and we don't wanna wait? This could be 1 minute, it could be half an hour. We could do something like this. Select, and then we add a case. Alright, so far this is exactly the same as what we had because there's a single case in the select. Now let me add a second case. In this case, what I'm going to do is I'm going to use the sender library to create a channel that will emit a value after 2 seconds. So I'm going to try to read from time.after 2 seconds. And then I'm going to print timeout. So from a select statement, you can see that each case is me trying to read from a channel. And whichever one finishes first or has a value first, it will execute that case and then it will exit the select statement. So let's run this again. And then after 2 seconds, you're gonna see timeout, sorry. The last scenario I wanna show you here is the default case. With the default, what you're saying is if none of these channels is available to be read, meaning if all of these will block, then just run the select statement. And for that, I'm gonna print something like, I don't wanna wait. Now, if I run this, you're gonna see that it exits immediately. So let's go over how you may use this. The most obvious example is the way we're using it here, right? Where we have a channel and then we have this for a timeout. This could also be like a cancellation channel. Like if you wanted to do something like a cancel channel and then you read from that. When we look at the context package, this could be context.done. And you can use this for having a channel that indicates cancellation or timeout or whatever. And then you stop waiting on these channels and you just run the cancellation case. Or if you want to turn reading from a channel, if I delete this case, reading from this channel is no longer a blocking operation because it will run the default case. So maybe you have this select nested inside a for loop. This is a very common pattern where you have a for loop and inside that for loop you have a select. And then you could say, maybe you can do something, check on this channel, is there something for me to consume from here? No, okay, then I keep going. You know, or if you're trying to do fan in, let's say that you have built a microservice that you can send jobs to and it will process those jobs. And then you have multiple ways of sending jobs to this microservice. You could do it via an API, via email, via a queue. So you could have a channel for each, and then you have a for loop that selects each case is, you know, trying to read from the API, trying to read from the queue, trying to read from the email. And whenever a job comes in, you put it in a jobs channel. So you're merging or you're funneling those 3 channels into a jobs channel. And from there, someone just reads the job channel. So you're kind of masking away the fact that it came from different sources. You could do something like that with select. But again, the most typical use is cancellation or timeouts. I would say that the default case is a little bit less common, but there's still plenty of use cases for it. So that was it. I hope this was clear to you. And in the next video, we're going to be looking at more concurrency primitives. And I'm getting very excited about finishing this part of the course because now we can move on to more, you know, not so much syntax and basic things. We can move on to actually doing useful things with Go. So stick around for that. I'll see you guys in the next one.